Hey everyone. It's oh wow, damn. See, I'm
Yeah,
so used.
I was gonna let you go first.
Yeah, oh, you go ahead, you go ahead. I don't even know why I tried to do it today.
Hi everyone, or at least here.
Hey everyone, it's Naj, and today we're here with season 5, episode 15, and season 2, episode 15 of All American and All American Homecoming. This was the last week of All American Homecoming until later this year or whenever the new season comes out, if it is renewed.
Yeah.
So we're going to be giving our time finally discussing our opinions about the season 2 ending and more specifically the way that they chose this finale. We're going to be discussing some positives and weaknesses from 2A and 2B and season 2 overall. But let's first get into All American.
Yeah.
What is your rating?
10 out of 10. I really like this episode. I really like this episode a lot. Um, that's gotta say something, yo. Patience is an idiot, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, yo.
I think there like I agree. It was a 10 out of 10 for me because I just loved how it all came together. Specifically, it took 5 seasons to address Spencer's issue, which is that he suffered from abandonment issues from all like the no rules in his life. So I'm happy that they finally was like wrapping it around and having someone to emphasize that's the main source of his problems. But Patience is a dumbass. And honestly,
If she dies, she dies. Yo, I'm scared. I'm scared. If you guys have seen the Rocky movies,
we
you know
we
that's from Rocky. Like,
let her let go, let God. That's all I'm gonna say.
yo, I can't believe how, yo, okay, she meets with the girl. Okay, that's like she's stupid for that. But then she leaves her purse and her phone right there.
No,
Like,
I don't think I don't think
yo,
she literally talked to Layla
it's,
and
yup,
Layla was like, and she was like, she literally felt so. I guess we're going into Payson first.
yeah,
But like literally, Layla was talking to her at the beginning of the episode, and Layla was saying like, you need to hang down. I want to wait till you got, you're happy and calm down to tell you that this is all from Miko. Like Miko's very crazy, and you should definitely watch out for her. And this girl, Patience was all she was shook. She was like, "Oh my god, I'm so uncomfortable." To then change her actions by the end of the episode by saying, "Oh, well, what if she was just like happy? What if she's just lonely? What if she
yeah.
just need a friend?" How did you go through
Why can't we just give her the benefit of the
out of
doubt?
doubt?
What?
How did that like? How did you switch a 180 in 40 fucking minutes?
Makes no sense,
And
honestly.
then you bring Layla and them into this. Like, patience. There's no excuse for this dumb bitch. Excuse me. She's dumb. But once
Yeah,
again, I'm
no.
not even shocked that she's gullible. This is the same girl who told Coop to not be up on Mo. And what did Mo do? Shoot Coop.
Yeah.
Patience is the reason why Coop career flopped. Because if she didn't tell Coop to stop lay low and stop coming at Mo, Coop would have got shot, which means that Coop wouldn't have stopped rapping. Clearly.
Yeah.
All because he's
Yeah.
Patience.
I
It's
don't
just
know. Like, man, I feel bad for anybody that's their favorite character is Patience. Cause like, yo, like, yo, this is just I don't understand what she's doing, why she thinks this is the right move. Like, just because she's getting views and all this stuff, like she thinks she's gonna like she just wants to sweep stuff under the rug. Like, no, she literally knows where you live. Like, that should automatically make you not want to even concern yourself with this. Like, she's going way far above and beyond what a normal fan is supposed to do. Like, I don't, it's just wild. And the fact that she's always at this cafe, like, it's
that's the
wild.
unknown
Like,
person.
it's really weird. And, yeah, I don't know, man. Patience is just, yeah, I don't understand her. Like,
She's an airhead. That's what she is. She is an attention seeker. And I think that now, since she's not getting attention from Coop and
yeah,
Coop got a girlfriend, she wants attention elsewhere. Therefore, she's going to take attention anywhere it means necessary. She didn't get attention from Coop. She didn't get attention from her album. So if she can find somebody, some place, somehow, some way to validate her and to fangirl about her and to make her assume or feel like her career is thriving, she's going to take it
yeah,
because you know how last week I said there was no fans anywhere. Now the fans come back. It's
yeah,
as if the fans only come up when Miko is there. It's like Miko knows them.
yeah.
I truly feel like Miko and them people's all in cahoots to set Patience up. I truly feel like they're there to either get her out of here, I don't know. I just feel like I don't care. There's
Bruh.
nothing that can make me care about Patience getting kidnapped when she's literally actively ignoring all the signs that this girl is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She ignored what
Yeah.
Olivia, she ignoring Olivia, she's ignoring Layla, she's
And
ignoring
Layla's been through it, she should like take what Layla is saying. And she's your like manager, all of this stuff.
Mhm.
Like you're supposed to listen to your manager and like, yo, don't do this. And where's the other girl? I forget her. Gia. Like,
Gina.
why is she not listening to her? Like, doing and she's going places by herself. At least take Coop or something, like, or live
Who's the
somebody.
bodyguard?
Like,
No, but that's the thing that kind of gets me is that it's kind of making you suspect that it has to be somebody working on either Clay or Layla's team. Because, like I said last week, why isn't Star or Sky, whatever her name is,
Sky. Yeah.
why didn't she show up or why is she not helping Patience with her career?
Yeah.
Where is Gia or Gina with social media FX? Like, why is Patience still on social media? And how do somehow, some way, somebody was able to delete Patience views on YouTube,
Yeah.
and then Layla had to go and figure out what was the issue between that. Like, how is that even possible? I don't never saw a YouTube video lose views unless it got like frozen for being streamed so much and so little
Yeah.
time,
Some
which
stuff
is
like that. Yeah.
yeah, it's not possible with her flopping ass album. So how did her views drop? And then how when Miko supposedly can help fix that instantly? Like I feel like it has to be Gina or Sky. I mean, yeah, or somebody in that team. Because how are y'all not helping her with the social media stuff? How is she just keep miraculously getting hate comments? Which I was like,
Yeah.
I feel like they had to be Miko and them fans and stuff like that. But like, or even Clay, because Clay is in and out. Like, I want to know why is it just miraculously only her? And I that's
Yeah.
scary. Like, I just really, I just feel like I'm at a point where Patience, she can
I just can't believe she forgot like left her phone right there. Thought thinking that it's just
the
fine to leave
purse.
it. Like, yeah,
My
her
mom,
purse
like,
and phone, like that's just
mm,
wild. Like and then she said, yeah,
my
let's go
mom,
somewhere with more like light. I'm
light.
like, I'm like, bro, just take the picture right there. And like, yo, what like
She
it's
forgot to
not a
flash his
photo
wrist.
shoot.
Like,
Like, come on now. Like the
mm.
fans don't care where you take the picture at. Like,
But she do because when they took a picture of her with the girl last time, they was
yeah,
coming at her picture and she had to Photoshop it, which made it not less convenient, which
yeah.
made it not whatever. But like literally last week when mom looked at me when I put my purse on a Starbucks table that was empty and said, "Girl, don't ever leave your purse. Somebody can steal it and run."
Yeah.
Are you black
In
patient?
seconds, yeah.
Yeah, are you black patient? Did Beverly Hills just completely just black erase you? Because why would you even leave your purse there?
Makes no sense,
No
honestly.
sense at all. Like no common sense. Like, girl, that person, you better be like Ice Spice and keep that purse with you everywhere you go. Like, why would she? Why
Yeah.
would she do that?
I didn't even think that the girl was gonna hack it, but I thought she was might like get her phone number or something, like might like call herself so she can have her number or something like that. But the fact that
Mm.
she hacked it and like she can listen to everything, yeah,
I
it's
don't even
bad.
know how that's possible. Like, I don't even know how
Yeah,
that's literally possible to do that. And it's just so odd that like
she been
Patience
waiting
and
for that, man.
Miko,
She been waiting, like she been plotting. She been, she did her
I,
homework. She was like, all right, this is how you hack a phone. This is how you like, yo.
yeah, she seriously finessed that girl. Like, first of all, you mean tell me nobody around was just watching her? Like, how was she even able to tap a phone without like some heavy duty equipment? I'm just like, I don't even know
And
how you
how was
can
she
tap a
even
phone.
gone? How was patience gone long enough for her to do that? Like,
Mm, I
uh,
guess I
oh
guess Miko
man,
was just so fast that she just tapped
yeah.
the phone and
She's
there it
always on her
went.
computer every time we see her, so she's probably doing like, she's probably just, I don't even know, just knows all
Yeah,
that stuff.
she's probably the one that's hacking the views, probably the one leaving
Yep.
all the comments so she can
She
make
probably
her
doesn't even
make
have any
herself.
followers. It's probably like a fake account with just like fake followers, and she just like
Mhm.
that'd be crazy.
It's just so wild because like now in social media, specifically Instagram, you cannot buy any fake views or fake followers without getting reported and blocked or deleted. And somehow, some way, Miko's able to do this. And I think Miko's making all the fake pages, all the fake views, all the hate,
Yeah.
so she can talk to patients and be to seem like she's the only fan that understands and
Yeah.
is a real supporter. And the only one that gets her because she's been there with her since day one and she wants to be part of that group. Like I'm so mad that we thought that this was gonna be like Patience little boo thing away from Sky. Instead, we're getting a damn Lifetime movie.
Oh man, patience. Just I don't even know. Just be smarter, man. Throw away that phone too. Like, yo, I don't know. It's gonna be
You,
wild. The
you
things
like
she's gonna be able to hear and like that's gonna be crazy. That's crazy.
yes, because what if Layla say, "What happened? We got rid of that weirdo," and Miko's like,
That's
"Oh,
basically what she kind of said. Like in the episode, she was like, "No more of that mess" or whatever. And then patience was like, "Yeah, no more of that." And yeah, it's
and
gonna be.
Miko like she's about to cry. She was like
She
she
was
knows.
she was like, "All right, no more mess. Say less." Let's go. Yeah, she's about to say, why she's gonna go crazy, man. She's
Yeah,
gonna,
and I just want everybody else to be free, but Patience, you brought it on yourself. Like
bruh. Yeah, I
I
don't
don't know,
know.
I don't know what she wants from me, but at the end of the day, Patience, you are the donkey of the fucking day. Like you and Keisha are the donkey of both shows. Like I can't
Bro, oh my
do
God.
it. We'll get there. Like, we'll get to Keisha. But
Yeah.
we're gonna start ranking storylines. Rank this storyline, Patience storyline.
Trash. Like, it's one of the worst ever in All
Negative,
American. Yeah, it's like, yo, I
negative
would,
10.
yeah, definitely. Like, I really just don't care. Like, I would care if it was like actually like a good planned out. But I
Mm.
think the thing that's making me not care is the fact that Patience is so dumb when it comes to the whole thing. Like, she's not listening. She's just, bro, you leaving your phone in your purse with a stranger, a fan that's obsessed with you. Like, come on now. Like,
No,
I don't
and she's
understand.
and she's ignoring everything that Layla is saying to her. And you know who's gonna hit the carry and like fix this whole mess? Layla. And once
Yeah.
again, it's always Layla cleaning up Patient's mess every time. Fire
Yeah.
her, Layla, now. Fire this lady.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Fire
bad for
her.
Layla, man. Something bad's gonna I feel like it's gonna happen to Layla, and she's gonna have like PTSD from the whole Carrie thing. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
just I just don't want them to re-trigger her.
yeah.
And just knowing this, I just hope that Jordan is there in some degree to help. Because
Yeah.
bullshit. Like, you imagine if she has to relive do this again because Peyton's dumbass still met up with this girl after she told her not to.
Yeah.
That should make Layla like finally snap with this with this being nice to this dookie head. Layla
Yeah.
should be like, I keep telling you, and you don't listen. If you don't can't listen to a manager, maybe you shouldn't be working for my label anymore. And that's
Yeah.
when we lose her. Yes, fire patience. This is how we win. This is how we win. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm done. Bring Coop back, please. Bring Coop back to wrestling. I'll take that.
Yeah. And she was really like harsh with Coop, you know? Like if Coop messed up at all, Layla was like, yo,
She's like,
like
no flex.
yeah. So,
But yeah, because wasn't she having like an issue with Preach or how like he was
yeah.
promoting Coop?
Yeah.
But with Patience dead ass was out here with no album name for like the longest, and Layla was like, when the fuck are you gonna get this ready? I just feel
Yeah.
like Patience is just not the full front that we need for Layla to push her record label. I
Definitely not. Yeah.
definitely should be dropped. So next, I feel like there really was a lot of stuff besides
Yeah, there was no
Spencer.
Jordala.
Yeah, there
No,
was none. I'm shocked.
Liv didn't have any scenes besides it was revolving around Spencer and she had
Mhm.
yeah, so
And then I think with Jordan, I think Jordan's the main one, and then we can do no, we know we can do before we talk to Jordan. Why the hell is Grace moving back?
yeah, I saw that. I was like,
Did,
okay. I
did
get it, but like
did
dang,
Carter
like
forget he have a daughter? Like Carter did have left a
oh
daughter.
yeah, he really did forget he has a dog because he didn't mention her. He said me and Dylan been talking.
We didn't be talking, and then he's going to move back with his daughter, and Bella
Yeah,
and her are going to stay here. It's like, why would I even have them move in the first place?
yeah.
When Grace somehow always stays the hell here. Just
Yeah, so I feel like she's gonna low key become like Billy. I wanted it to be Laura, but it seemed like I think Grace is gonna be like the Billy the
replacement.
new Billy replacement kind of
Hated here.
yeah.
I heard something about boxes, and I was like, "You're lying. What
Yeah.
happened?"
Yeah, that's wild.
but yeah, we can talk about Jordan. I'm very excited for Jordan's storyline. For the next couple episodes till the season ends,
Yeah.
because he is finally stepping into his leadership role, and it's not. I mean, obviously Spencer's not here, so he's fully like, because I feel like with him and Jordan, they always like this, so they automatically fall into like that steady position. But this is something that we can finally see without Billy kind of being the voice in his ear. You're seeing Jordan do his own leadership role and getting his team together because they were even trying to challenge him like, oh, you talking about when you don't let the QB role get to your head,
Yeah.
and he's like, well, how many times have you been on the field? But it's wild because Jordan literally went through the episode a few episodes ago about not fighting anybody, and then he started duking this
I
football.
know he was like pushing the guy. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
I was like, well, he did push it. He did push Jordan hard.
That
Jordan
dude was
hard.
trash though. That dude started dancing. Yeah, I
Right,
was,
like
yeah,
I'm like, what? I forgot the dance name that fast, but stop.
yeah,
Now, like y'all really should be learning from Jordan because him and Jordan, well, Jordan and Spencer, been carrying their football teams. Y'all haven't carried nothing. I don't even think we're seeing y'all on the football stadium.
yeah,
I think you should take Jordan's words seriously. And Kenny and I love that they told like Jordan like they don't take the reason why the football players isn't taking you serious specifically now is because they're not used to that Jordan. Be like basically be yourself.
yeah. Because that's not him. You know, he's
It's
never
not him at
been like
all.
that super
That
serious
aggressor, yeah,
person.
that
He's always been
aggressor.
like laid back and all that stuff. So,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, I feel like I'm happy that he's realizing that he can just be himself because I think that him trying to like live in his dad's image or try to take what his dad or what Spencer has done for like football teams, but now to be himself and not have to fall on anybody's steps or listen to other people's commands, he can say his own piece and how he wants to run the team, and
yeah,
everybody follows. And I'm proud that we've finally see Jordan taking control of what he actually wants and how he wants to instead of trying to please his dad or please being loyal to Spencer, whatever the case may be. He's doing what he wants since Spencer's obviously right now and is grieving. And also, I do appreciate that he was the one that told Kenny about how Spencer is handling stuff because
yeah,
Kenny at the time he didn't know what Spencer was on. He just knew that he lost Billy, he's acting up, and he ditched the team. But to see that Jordan was like, yeah, you know I lost my dad and Spencer lost some like basically somebody that was there for him since the beginning of since he got here. And once again, it's definitely on the bad side for him. So you can only
yeah,
imagine how he feels, which makes Kenny realize, damn, I shouldn't have told him to get the fuck out get the fuck out my
yeah.
office.
I was when he did that. I was like, oh shoot! Like he was like, yo,
Yeah,
watch your tone. Like I was
yeah.
like, okay,
I was like, T, because like Jordan, I mean, the Spencer was like, well, he was getting with everybody.
yeah, he
Like
was.
yeah,
And I
and
knew it was kind of a matter of time before Kenny actually showed, like,
yeah,
yo,
he was like,
like, I'm
yo,
not just a coach, like,
yeah,
yo,
he's like, yo, come on, young buck.
yeah, like, yeah, but,
So it was wild, but like once again, I was shocked. I mean, I wasn't shocked, but I'm happy that Jordan once again he said like he still cares about Spencer, and even though Spencer's been avoiding his calls and avoiding his help,
yeah.
Jordan still cares, and I just love this season for Jordan. I don't know, I just love this season for him. It's just so much big growth for him, and it's like yeah,
But
you
Jordan and
see,
Coop were wilding when they were talking to Liv, talking about, yo, we can't help Spencer. We just gotta let him go. Like,
yeah.
I was like, yo, wait, Liv's the only one. Like, yo, we can't just let him go. We gotta
Yeah,
help him. Like,
I feel like that's one of the things is like I enjoyed this episode because it was finally stuff. It was finally an episode that it's like AU for me at this point of seeing Spencer and imagining how he would have been in earlier seasons. Because we were so annoyed in previous seasons when Spencer would put on that damn white cape and continue to save everyone and put
yeah,
everybody's blame on his shoulders and everybody always coming to this 16, 17, or 18-year-old boy to help save the world or this community. And for him
yeah,
to finally be like, no, like, why don't we let the adults handle it? Why don't we let Kenny handle this problem by finding a football team? Why do I have to be the one to help y'all? It was refreshing. It was refreshing to see Spencer act like a teenager for once without having to carry a burden of a team or friends or friendship or what
yeah,
should happen next on the university. He's a student. You know damn well this would not happen in real life. If anything, he probably would have been acting worse.
yeah,
And plus he's grieving. And I think that one of the big complications is everyone is kind of like, well, Spencer should be grieving more or less, or they should be grieving more or less. And I'm just like, well, Billy hasn't even really been a good dad to the twins until like
yeah. That's true.
high school. They like it literally took Spencer coming and getting moved into that house for Billy to actually appreciate his kids because they finally were able to speak how neglectful he's been to them. And even then, when they decided to expand and move on and develop as a family, Billy was still up Spencer's ass. And Spencer can't control Billy basically being up his ass because he felt loyalty to his father and Grace, and he wanted to fulfill helping Spencer prevent falling into a mistake. But also, he sees himself in Spencer, which is why he kept latching onto him. So
Yeah.
it makes sense. And plus, I feel like with the kid, the twins especially, they didn't have anything bad left with their dad. Like it was just like they were just cool with their dad. They had a good time. And sadly, he died. Yes, and they do deserve to grieve. I'm not saying nobody deserves more or less grieving, but Spencer was one that was left on a horrible end because he literally was just he despised that man at the time. He was mad
Yeah.
at him. He was mad at his actions. He kept holding a cold shoulder. He ignored his call, and nobody was real like he had to handle it the worst because nobody was there for him. So it was good to see him be like, man, I don't want to hear this. Like, I don't want to hear about this team. But with Coop, it kind of got me because Coop was like, I've never seen you like this. I'm like, how haven't you not seen him like this?
Yeah.
He's this man since he was damn near a baby. How are you not able to get to him? I would expect you because you knew him the longest.
Yeah,
Like,
and I'm
damn,
sure
you
and
do
he's been in like so many fights and all that
that.
stuff and like so much stuff. So
Yeah.
that was surprising. But yeah, I don't know. I was just shocked.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, but to a degree, I do understand Coop. I mean, once again, I understand both sides. I mean, I always try to like
yeah,
see both sides before anybody be like, "You're only picking one side." But like, and even with Jordan and Coop, like, imagine keep trying to communicate with Spencer when he's hot and angry, and trying
yeah,
to tell him how to grieve or how he's wrong or how mad he's not supposed to be. That's going to make him more mad. Like just like how Coop was trying to talk to him and he ended up punching
desk or
the
whatever it
dresser
was.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Like they know that they can't force Spencer to do that. Like, even though they knew him for a long time, they can't force Spencer to talk about anything because regardless of anything, yes, they know him, but they didn't know the full source. Even the therapist, even Dr. Spears didn't really knew what was his
yeah,
problem until he slipped with Sean. So you really can't not you can't not give up on him. You know, you're not supposed to, but
yeah,
they can't help him and they don't know what's wrong with him. Therefore, it's like we can't really do anything if we don't know what the problem is.
yeah,
So it's kind of like this thing of like, yes, I understand, but once again, they didn't know what could possibly be wrong with him besides, oh, Billy died.
yeah. It's
So,
true.
but it's understandable though. But I do like that Dr. Spears did come in and help. We can move it to Spencer since we're here.
Yeah,
But once again, Daniel's acting was fucking amazing. Like I
yeah,
was in tears. I was crying. Like I was over here sobbing. I was like, oh my God. I just think like this whole episode was just like a memory lane. We was remembering Corey, we was remembering Sean.
yeah,
And this whole time I thought that like Sean death, I mean I kind of figured, but I didn't think that much of Sean death affecting Spencer until he was like, he said, well, Sean decided to leave me. And Dr. Scripps was like, he didn't choose to leave me, he
yeah,
died. And he was like, that's what I meant. And I was like, it really did show that no, like, due to their problems in season one or whatever, he's genuinely still missed Sean. He still cared about him regardless of how much he tried to put up that front of stay away from Coop, you bad
yeah.
mom.
Because they grew up together. So I mean, I never thought that like it really hit him super, super hard, but I knew it like affected him in ways. Especially remember when Tyrone like talked to him at the funeral, he was crying and all that stuff. So I knew it was like because he knew Sean was like actually looking out for him all that all that time. So it's like then it all came to realize like yeah, only Sean was the one that was messing with him, nobody else. So it all makes sense and made sense to him at the time. So I think once he got all that information, that like it was like, dang, that's why nobody else really messed with me.
Yeah.
And I think that it made him think about all the times when they were younger and all that stuff. And like he was always looking out for him and all that. So I think that's why. But yeah, I'm glad that they talked about Sean as much as they did because it was an important loss that like happened in his life and all that stuff. And it was the first one
Mm-hmm.
that he lost. So I liked how he handled it all and talked about it. It was good.
Mhm. And it also has to like think about imagining if Sean never stepped in and told Tyrone to like lay off him. Imagining
Yeah.
like if it wasn't for Sean, what would Spencer be? But also, this was the first death of his that the first death, and also the first death that he didn't end on a good note with. Just like
Yeah.
Billy, he didn't have a somewhat civilized relationship with Sean, and Sean's gonna leave and have a life, and he never got a chance to make up with Sean. Sean was just dead afterwards. So that was like his first strike one of missing out on actually building a bond with Sean. And even like, when he went to his funeral, and the flashbacks of when he
Mm,
was, Sean at his funeral for his brother,
yeah,
and putting flowers, you really did see that it affected him because he didn't get a chance to say how he really felt about Sean. So it was one of those things that was like, will he ever have a chance, or how was his chance going to be? So it was sad, but also I did enjoy that they talked about that and Corey as well, because Corey, it's been a minute since we talked about Corey,
yeah,
and
no,
I was like, damn. I really thought that the problem was going to just stir from losing his dad. I mean, well, obviously,
yeah,
his dad always been the main problem, but them having Sean in it, and then like, how they tied all into everybody, the big abandonment issues, into how it was his younger self, his younger voice, um, had this in the back of his head as a constant reminder of like, you abandoned me, like
yeah.
who else will leave me next, or how long is it until they leave me, or why do they always leave me? Like, you really see Spencer break down, and I'm just so happy that Dr. Spears was here.
Yeah.
They better use him, because they better not use him for this one moment.
Yeah, I hope he comes back. I hope we see him more.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize how like Spencer really never did talk about Corey after that episode when he found him. Like I think he talked about him in the next episode, but he never really handled his emotions. He never talked about him really. So I think if he never really fully got over that, and then you add Billy's death on top of that, I think it's like something super, super serious and bad. I think that's what we're actually seeing. And yeah, now I see why it's so bad now.
Yeah, and I think that we so much stuff has been happening within these like 5 seasons, specifically the first three, with like, Sean dying and then Corey, stuff like that. Like, you never really see Spencer fully break down at all. You just see him progress emotions through anger, or like the distance and
Yeah.
aggression. So, trying to like distract his mind from currently thinking of the situation, and to finally reach a point where he has no one to really talk to. That's when it hurt, because when he lost Sean, he had Billy to talk to, or his friends and family that knew him.
Yeah.
When his dad died, he had Billy, because Billy knew him. He knew how he felt, because both of them had lost Corey.
Yeah.
When Billy died, he has no one else to fall on.
Yeah.
Kenny has essentially became that new person that he can fall on, and he don't want that to happen again, because he already lost 3 people within
Yeah.
2 years. And
Yeah.
it was reassuring to him to hear Kenny say, "Well, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving you. I'm here to stay," because he never had that. He never had
Yeah.
someone that said, "I wasn't going to leave," because his dad left. His
Yeah.
dad left. His dad left and had a new family, essentially, for like 18 years, for how many years it's been. And
Yeah.
he felt like it was his fault as to why his dad never stayed.
Yeah, and I
So
said that in my reaction. I was like, yeah, like he has no one like Billy anymore because he can go to Billy with anything and no judgment, no like no really real judgment, and like somebody he could always talk to about really anything, honestly. And he always or like Billy would just be there, like no matter what, he would always be there wherever Spencer was most of the time.
mhm.
So even if like he wasn't looking for Billy, Billy would always give him advice on anything and all that stuff. And he doesn't really have that anymore. Like he
Mhm.
can't talk to his mom about like he can talk to his mom about a lot of things, but he can't be as open as he was with Billy. And he'll probably get there with Kenny at some point. Um, but he doesn't really have that with anybody besides Billy. And they had so many
Mhm.
moments. If you go back and watch, they have like damn near almost every other scene is Billy and Spencer. So it's like
Mhm.
you can't really replace that with anybody. You have to like do it
Yeah.
with like a collection of different people.
Mhm.
And yeah, I just don't think it's possible to even I don't think we'll ever be able to replace Billy and
Never.
or that. So I think they can try, but I don't think it'll be anywhere near. Won't have that same impact or that emotional feelings because they really did feel like father son in a way. So it's like I don't think they'll will get that anymore. And I think that's why they put the Coach Kenny thing more like he's more like a brother to Spencer. I think they'll get that brother kind of bond, not like father sons type of bond. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's how it's gonna be, I think.
Yeah, because you watched her for like 5 seasons, 5 years. You watched
Yeah.
Billy understand Spencer on a big level, because he was in, Spencer's shoes in some degree, about like trying to get back to the community, trying to fix the community, family problems, like finding a balance between sports and life. Like, Billy helped craft some of Spencer's decisions, And even when Spencer was at his lowest, so even when he was doubting himself, Billy was still that like consistent push on. And even when Corey came back and Spencer didn't want to talk to him, Spencer felt
Yeah.
like he was perfectly content because he had Billy. So to now have that person that watched you rise to this big success level that you were, and you didn't essentially get that last goodbye or that last memory, it sucks. And I
Yeah.
do appreciate Olivia, especially for not giving up on him
Yeah.
and dedicating this whole episode to calling everybody in the world to come there.
Yeah.
I do wish that Key was there to make
Oh
like the
yeah. It
bow.
really is. I was surprised that she was there for the last episode and not
Mm-hmm.
this one. So it's like it was surprising.
Yeah, they didn't know they messed up for not putting her in there. But I'm happy that she called Darnell like when he showed up because it took a
Yeah.
flight because she called and like oh my god, they were just like them looking at each other. It
Yeah, I
was
was
just
surprised.
it
Yeah.
was so amazing. But just seeing everybody hug him, a group hug, him apologizing to everybody, like I just truly appreciated that last episode, like that last scene overall, which is chef kids, chef kids, chef kids.
Yeah, it was good. It was a great scene. I really liked everybody gathering around him and like being there for him because he's been there for every single one of them more times than anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it was only right that everybody's finally there for him because he's been dealing with everybody else's stuff for 5 seasons and never actually
Yeah.
really taking care of himself. Besides after he got shot and couldn't play football, like that was the only time.
That's the only time.
Every other time he was saving everybody else and helping them. So
Right.
it's about time that they save him and help him. So,
And one thing I also wanted to slide in was that you saw that Darnell and Layla next to each other.
bro,
Listen, that's a combo we need. Like I never saw them interact the whole show,
yeah,
and
they never
I was like,
did.
yeah, I
Yeah,
was
they
like, damn,
never
why
did.
they fumbled with that. I'm not gonna hold you like, but we
Yeah.
move, But last before we get to about Homecoming, I'm just like, why did Alicia have to come there?
Yeah, that was the worst part of the episode. But then again, like, yo, I'm thinking, like, yo, she really is a great girlfriend. Like, everybody would want a girlfriend like that. Like, she's there for him. She's trying to help him so much. And she did leave for because he didn't like, he was like being kind of like cold. So I get it why she left and all that stuff. But yeah, she definitely interrupted the greatest old Olivia moment that was about to happen because I felt like
Mm-hmm.
he was probably gonna say like he misses her, he loves her, and he wants to get back together with her.
Yes.
But then again, I'm thinking he might have said he's just not ready, and they would have had that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But she interrupted a great moment,
Yeah.
and she came late. Yo, she came late.
She came hella late. Like they
And did you
already
see
was like
everybody's
eating.
faces? Did you see everybody's faces?
Yeah.
Everybody was like, "Wait, what's she doing here?" Like,
Oh,
oh
Cooper sitting
man,
down. Cooper sitting down eating like, and
it's fun.
he got
It was
Jordan like,
surprising. It was surprising. The Coop was like not Team Alicia at all anymore. Like,
mm-hmm.
so yeah, but Jordan was like, wait, how
Jordan
did
was
what?
Jordan was
And
like,
I feel like everybody was looking at Olivia, like dang,
mm-hmm.
like they were about to have. He was like, you want to go for a walk, and dang, it was like, I don't know about walking down there though. Like that's maybe go in the back or something, like and talk.
You said gunshots.
And they could have part two of that. That would have been
No, you're wild.
yeah, I don't know. It sucks that she interrupted the moment, but um, I don't know. I feel like Spencer's not even into it anymore because you saw as soon as they hugged, he looked at the door. And I think that was
Yeah,
Liv left, and it was just yeah. I think it was he was
I
like,
think
dang, why'd you have to
I
show up?
I think yeah, I literally that face right there. That's a little Vegas face.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He watched the door shut. She wasn't even in the like he couldn't even see her at that point. The door was already
Yeah,
shut.
she really left quick. Ain't
She
like,
left quick.
yo,
She was watching. She like because I know I understand Olivia like once again saying like what kind of girlfriend are you to like leave when he needs you?
yeah.
But I'm just like understandably like Spencer has been dodging the shot of her like and
Yeah. So I
like
mean, I feel bad for her in that way, but I'm just like,
mm-hmm.
she's a nice person, but like we don't want you for Spencer,
Yeah,
like
it's not even just that. Like, she's a nice person that don't under like who just get likes to get walked on sometimes because,
Like automatically, she didn't know what she wanted in the beginning. She didn't. She said that she didn't want anything and not committal, and then she ended up wanting it to be committal when he was already
Yeah,
set on it just being nothing. He does romantic gestures for her. She's looking at him like he's a weirdo. He stopped doing
yeah,
romantic things, but she does romantic things. So it's like every time he does something, she don't want it, and then when she wants it, he's like, "Why are you doing this? You didn't want it." And I feel like I just didn't like that. Olivia, I mean, not Olivia. Alicia decided to just give in. Like you could have
yeah,
told, since you had all this energy to get sassy with Olivia, you should have said, "I will come back when I want to."
yeah,
You clearly gave him time, and he didn't come back to you. So why are you letting somebody else choose for you? So
yeah,
so now when you get played, which most likely is going to happen, or when you get dumped again,
yeah,
and you know why, don't be like you set me up because you willingly walked back into this party, which you were late at, remind you.
yeah,
So
yeah.
mm,
Also, I knew Spencer wasn't going to transfer from GAU. I knew he was just going through something. I'm
mm,
glad him and Coach Kenny had that hug talk moment. It was amazing, and yeah, yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad. I love this episode. This episode was really, really good,
yeah,
and
10 out of 10.
yeah, and I'm glad Spencer's going to keep seeing Dr. Spears. So love it.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay, so we're here with All American Homecoming. It's going to be a while. So, what's your rating?
I'd probably give this one like a five, 5.5. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I give it a six because the ending pissed me off. And so this time we're finally, I think, do you want to just do character by character? Do you just want to do story overall since it's the final, since the season's
Story
over?
overall, I don't really care. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So who do you want to start with? Okay, let's just talk about the pros and cons first. I think this season was wonderful in 2A. 2A alone,
Yeah.
it at least got like a 9 out of 10 for me the whole season 2A. 2B fell flat with like a 6 out of 10 overall because everything happened so fast towards in the 2B that there wasn't enough to grasp. I just think that so much everything kind of happened on a happy bow. And I think that when we're entering a show like this where there's so many characters going through so much, it's wild that they're going through so much stuff so fast within their first year, or drastic things are happening within a small time frame.
Yeah.
So let's start with the pros. I enjoyed the Lamone storyline.
Yeah, because
And
I didn't
it's
see it coming. Because I didn't
yeah,
really see it coming at all. So
and
yeah,
2A, that's where it was the most strongest. Because at the time you didn't know the direction it was going to go. You didn't know the plan. You just knew that Simone was going to at least have something or someone to talk to or associate with while Damon was still with Thea at the time. You got to see Damon and how Damon and Simone interact with other people and how it could really confirm if there were and even into these people, and they're just waiting until they flip back together and finally date. You were watching, new dynamics, new relationships grow. Like you, this whole season, you see Marcus and Amara, which deleted now.
yeah,
Then you got, JR finally getting into his leadership role and finally establishing that he's more than just an older brother to Damon. Damon once again realizing his feelings and how he will not stop until he gets Simone. You got Thea, who went from somebody that really was just closed off to her opening up and basically building friendships to a degree
yeah.
before they sent her off, which is wild.
I hate how they did her storyline, man. I
Mm-hmm.
really, it's the worst. But
Yeah. Nate got a storyline. I'm so happy she did. It was amazing to see her. I think her storyline was probably the most uh peaceful next amongst everybody else, specifically with the season finale.
yeah,
Cam was the most unused character this season, which is horrible. And
yeah,
that's why I don't even know why I said this was a con pro. This is actually a con. With everything else, I think it fell flat soon as 2B came back. They highlighted this season being this big love triangle that was going to take the world by storm. They had promo pictures, and they didn't do the love triangle to 3 to 2. Matter of fact, not even 3 episodes. 2 episodes left,
yeah. It was trash.
and then ended the last scene off with her staring at us, saying that she chooses us.
Yeah, that's
That
kind of wild.
and it's wild because I'm just like, there's no way that Simone texts both of them, one of them to meet up with her, and then another one she said, "Nah, bye." Like
Yeah, that's exactly what I said in my
I don't
reaction. There's
think
no
some,
way.
I don't think Simone will ever just tell one person, "I'm over you,
It's
bye."
like a reality show. Like,
Yeah, like it's a Flavor Flav. You get a clock. You get a
yo, I used
clock.
to love that show. That show was so
I
good.
did. I loved all the spinoffs of that show, especially
Yeah,
the one with Monique. Yeah, like
yeah,
I just didn't. I just could not take it serious. Like, how was this a love triangle? But it never was a love triangle. Like it was a love triangle, but Damon knew that she was dealing with Lando for a while and was still with Thea. We only could accentuate that he was feeling Simone to some degree, but to me, I was like every time he talked to Simone, it was something that was more than friends. But
yeah,
other people misinterpreted it. Some people didn't see it that way, and that's where it gets messy because it's not clear. You decide to establish a love triangle when it should have already been established once Damon saw her and Lando at that after the episode after the bombing out, which was, I think 204. Once
yeah,
he told Simone, I saw you. And I think the bombing episode should have been the episode that really sparked his interest in Simone, which we
yeah.
already
Because
know that he already know we already know he was interested, duh, obviously. But it would have initially sparked the real reasoning to how him and Thea would have been breaking up or breaking apart
yeah,
further
because
down the
yeah,
line.
because
Because
it
when he
still
said,
makes no sense. It still is not fully like, man, it's just annoying.
mm, like when he sent that message, it's not the end of our story. That should have been the beginning of this dating story. He
Yeah,
would have slowly started to worry about how Simone is handling Lando and those interactions with, why are you so hard headed? Lando did this. Why are you still confining him? Why are you still choosing him over me? That could have been bits and pieces to lead to the love confession. Because supposedly you move the love confession up, back or up or kisses up or back. Moving and making these things showed to me to be that they were scared that they were going to get canceled and they decided to do things to give a shock instead of cohesive storyline.
yeah,
Because why would you write a love triangle this last that didn't even feel like a love triangle? It just felt like they were both for different people, and then at the end, they were, one of them was like, I can't. Once Thea left them, that's when he realized. So let's just hypothetically say if Thea never dumped Damon, would he have said it?
no,
Like,
like,
if Thea dumped him and then came back to him a few minutes later, would they still had happened the way they did? Like, there's just too many plot holes. There's just too many inconsistencies. How was Cam dad? I mean, he said that him and his dad's been working it out. They had to say something.
yeah,
They 2A they made it sound like Cam's dad was going to be watching him to make sure that he has a major that can support him financially in the future and isn't just like some make it or just some weak major his dad called it.
yeah.
But yet we don't see his dad. We don't hear him talking about his dad. We don't hear Cam talking about how he's dealing with financial aid. We don't even know if Cam still works because he once again had to pay for financial aid in the beginning of
Yeah,
season
there's no
two.
way he'd been able to work and do KK
Literally.
stuff like
Mm-hmm.
he wouldn't be able to
Literally,
sleep.
literally. How does he study? Why did we not see him in theater class? Which he said he hated that class because the only one he could get. We
Yeah.
don't see him writing anything for theater, practicing lines with anybody. We don't even see him.
No, we haven't even seen Gabby. Yo, we
We
didn't
haven't
see
seen
Gabby for
Gabby.
like
Three
wow.
episodes. We haven't seen him since the
I feel like
masquerade,
it's been
basically.
more than that. Like, yeah,
Probably the
but yeah.
masquerade.
Oh yeah, that episode. But yeah,
Mm,
that was crazy. Dang.
it's wild.
I
They
really
just
forgot
forgot.
about her. That's crazy.
They Oh my god, these sidetrack. I'm getting like 85 scam calls like within the last like 2 hours. But between that and then them not having Cam write songs or saying like, isn't that his major?
Yeah.
You got Nate, Keisha reappearing and disappearing in like random ass episode. They're never together on that same screen. You got Keisha still being a suck up to this teacher who did her dirty to her last dying breath.
Yep.
You decided to not be the meaner person. Okay, but did you get back to class? Did you get back into class? Or you still taking that F?
Yeah.
How did she happily accept that Marcus and Amara was okay together after she gave fucking Amara a big ass pot of food and nothing else? Like, your dad's not sad? Is he happy? Like,
Yo,
why are
yeah,
you?
she doesn't even care about
She
her
don't even
dad. She didn't even
care.
contact him.
Mm,
We haven't seen him since
nothing,
2A.
nothing, nothing.
That's crazy.
Like, y'all threw in Marcus having a random ass wife as if he wasn't pursuing Amara for 2 fucking
Yeah, like how
seasons.
would that even work? I feel like he was always either baseball or with Amar. Like, yo, how would
Literally,
that?
like it has to be that storyline where it's like this estrangled or wife who won't accept that she's getting
Yeah, that's what I was
divorced.
thinking too.
You
Like,
know it
yeah,
is.
like they're getting like they're supposed to get divorced. She just hasn't signed the papers or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
something weird like that. But
Something
yeah,
weird. I
yeah,
just feel like there was just too much stuff. Thea literally being scared to play tennis, but now it's going pro with literally no showing on the screen that she was
yeah.
back to her game.
And now she's still hanging with the team. Like, and she
Yeah,
seems like
like
she's a part of it.
yeah.
Like, I feel like she's not gonna go pro if the show gets renewed or like, I
I
don't
don't
know,
know. I
man.
don't know.
Like, I don't know what
They
they're
done
doing.
them trying to do her in Rome.
Bruh, no,
Her
that.
sitting next to Damon as he says, "My bae got it."
Oh
No
yeah,
reaction.
like yo, yeah, that.
No
Bro,
reaction.
I didn't realize that when they were sitting next to each other. Yeah, they were. Yeah,
No.
they.
She's suddenly cool with Simone. I'm just like, how did that happen? It was the most close they've ever seen, which I that's my favorite crack ship, yes. But like now they're cool. Like once Damon dumped her, she's suddenly cool with the team. She's talking to the team. She barely was ever talking to them before.
Yeah,
And now they're cool, hanging out. They're making it, and then Thea's like, oh well, you'll be the top spot. I'm just like, how is she the top spot when she has to fight 5 other positions to get to the top one? Y'all
yeah.
just what y'all doing? Y'all just going to take Thea, move
Mhm.
her out, and then stick Simone over 5 other people out of nowhere? Like, don't you still got to beat the other people ahead of her?
Yeah,
Like, how
they were just
they
throwing random stuff this
they
at
was.
to be like, and to seeing if it was like good, if people liked
Mm,
it. I don't think they did really anything really good. Honestly, the triangle was not good. It's probably one of the worst triangles I've ever seen. Like in terms of
mm,
writing and like putting it together, it was like not good at all. The characters, them missing like every other episode besides Simone or Damon, like it made no sense. That was the worst. I
yeah, or
really am
Thea and
not.
Lando vanishing.
Yeah, Thea and Lando vanishing for 3 episodes at a time. Like how are you gonna build up a triangle when you have two characters that were like would have made sense for them to be involved in that triangle just being gone and not really saying where they were going or like anything like that, and then trying to force it in the final 2 episodes to make it believable. Like I don't know. And then for them to just throw in the Damon and Simone sleeping together, yo, I didn't see that at all.
Bro,
I didn't see that at all. I was actually so shocked because the episode went off. So I guess we should have thought about that potentially happening, but me, I was like, okay, they kissed, the episode went off. That was what they were going crazy about, but I didn't see that at all. That was wild for them to throw that in. And
do you think that made it worse or better in the sense of how they were developing Demon with that moment?
I don't know.
I didn't want
I feel like it
I
made it
didn't want it.
worse.
Yeah,
Like
I didn't want their first time to be in that moment. I
I
wanted
feel
to
like
be like when
that
they
was
both
really rushed. It was all I feel like it
yeah.
was all rushed, and
Hmm.
um I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't
It
like the look of it. It just seems weird. It just seems like it was just like they forced that because they just threw that in randomly. Like I don't know. I just don't think it really worked as well
mm.
as I don't know if people liked it or not. I haven't really seen it on Twitter
I
at
don't know.
all,
I don't know.
but
I
I
think a
don't
lot of
know.
people enjoyed it. I think one thing about me though is that I really wanted their first time to be when they both said I love you together, when they realized that they really fully wanted this. Or not in the terms of now she has 2 people that's there with her. I wanted the first obviously scene would have been when, Simone's like, I love you and I'm ready. But like
Yeah.
for it to happen that way, I just feel like they tried to put that in as like a plot twist. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
that was just
I feel
dumb.
like for it not to like
They should
for
have just
that to
they should have just
happen,
showed it. They should have just showed it when the kiss happened.
yeah, I feel like for
They
that
should
to
have just gone out.
happen and for them not to for Simone not to be able to decide at that point, it's kind of like bad for Damone fans in a way. Like I feel like she would have been able to decide after that, like wow, like we slept together, we like love each other and all that stuff, but I guess she really like likes Lando like a lot,
I
you know,
mean,
for
I
like
mean,
so I don't know.
I mean, to a degree, she was going to put Lando aside, but that was conveniently when Damon, I mean, when it was on Damon and Simone, Lando and Theo was off the scenes, those episodes. But she was saying that, she was ready. That was the episode. She was like, yeah, I'm ready. We could just do it together and see where it goes.
Yeah.
And then obviously Nate and JR came, and that's when they stopped. So she technically was going to
Oh
choose
yeah.
Damon. But like, I feel like it should have still been, she was still pushing it aside. She's still been thinking about it because they only showed flashbacks that one time, and then they never mentioned
Yeah.
it again. And I just hate that it's like you don't really know who she's going to choose at all, but you're mostly like, yeah, it has to be Damon. It has to be Damon. But why doesn't it
Yeah.
feel like they want it to be? And then it makes sense because
Yeah.
the writers are split on who they want to write. So this
Yeah.
episode alone, they were writing enough Damon and enough Lando scenes for you to be like, oh my god, who's she going to choose? And you should have been doing that from the beginning of 2B.
Exactly.
Instead you made it seem like there was nobody acknowledged each other. Like Lando was saying, "Oh, well, I know you and Damon had something." I'm like, "Well, when was it ever shown between just now?" Like
Yeah.
we saw a hint at the party when he looked at Damon and Simone hugging, but he never mentioned anything else. Like he should have mentioned stuff where Damon should have said, "Oh, you still messing with Lando?" You just enter just mentioning just conversations, and they ruined it. And I hate that for me, I'm just like, why would you just ruin this perfect love triangle that could really gave you
Yeah, they should have just like waited.
it was so good because Lamone is a good ass mid game ship that you would be like, okay, I understand, I like it, I see where it's going, but it's not going to top Damone. It shouldn't.
Yeah.
But yet y'all sit here and then don't even really give us Damone scenes that they really weren't even talking for a few episodes, and then he gets dumped, and then that's when they come back to getting more scenes on the screen. They kiss, have sex, and then you're like, oh well, who's someone going to choose? Never mind. Big love
Yeah.
triangle, no finish.
I feel like the Lamone
No.
scenes are better than the Damone scenes. For me personally, I think they're better. I think that I don't know, I just like the how they talk and like him always just like being there. I feel like their scenes are like they're better. I don't know. Like
Yeah, I like both. I love both the Moon and the Moon scenes. You're not gonna get me trying to be like which one's better. I like them both, and I like that both sides bring out something different. And Simone as a person, I just hate that this season was just a waste on how much potential they could have really shown for
yeah.
us. Instead, they try to do the same like storyline of like, oh, who, she kids both, who is gonna win? I'm just like, you didn't even show. Like I know sometimes, like I said, like I love that this triangle was so like in the air with you don't know, but like in some degree, you gotta tell us who she gonna hint to us in some degree if it's getting toward the end. If it's
Yeah.
at the end now, why do we still don't know? And how do the writers don't know? So how are you going to lead us to a way where we think we know who it is when the writers don't even know themselves?
Yeah, that's true.
I just feel so unsatisfied. I feel like I wasted my time just like waiting just for the inevitable to happen, and then it never happens. I feel like empty inside that we don't know. And then plus the show is still in limbo right now with the possibility of being renewed or not. And I'm just like, I can't believe this. That it was just more. It's like I'm already sick about that. Cause I'm just like, yo, CW is kind of iffy right now with shows and cancellations. And then this ending, I'm just like, bruh,
Yeah, I just don't
not
like the ending. The
not
ending
even
was just
ending was trash. And then you got JR potentially getting sick, but
oh
Gabby's not
yeah,
here.
man.
No,
Yeah.
Gabby, you mean tell me Gabby wouldn't acknowledge his full ass trash can of bloody
Oh,
tissues?
yeah.
Like JR about to take the blame for KK and step down when this was the biggest thing that he really cared about.
Yeah, it's wild. Like it makes no sense, honestly.
Like, and oh my god, I just feel like they just do shit to make storyline for season 3, and that's not what I like because there
Yeah.
was no sign. I know, like maybe it'd be like a plot twist of it was like they were just trying to do too many plot twists at the end to where you're just like, oh my god, I can't wait for season 3. There was no like you could have shown us signs of JR slowly bleeding more. Like
Yeah.
when you playing the game and like you see him rub his hand against his nose and his blood, and he just wipes it on his jersey.
Yeah.
Or when he's over here stressing about KK and then it makes him start to bleed and he's like, hold on, I got like just anything. You didn't even use JR this
Yeah,
whole
they didn't take the
season.
time. Yeah, they didn't take the time to do the little scenes. You know, the little ones.
Nothing.
Like,
They was over here worrying about milking the damn love triangle, and the love triangle gave us nothing. It damn near gave us like when they was trying to put Hunger Games as a love triangle, and you already knew who the fuck she was going to choose. Like it's not the no.
yeah,
It's
this wasn't
ridiculous.
good at all.
It just wasn't. I hated the Keisha story. I hated the whole thing. I don't want to see
Oh
no more
yeah, that's
dancing.
annoying. Yeah, I don't,
I
bro. I don't want to see that dance, that whole dance, bro, that they did in this episode
on
with the
the
KK. Like,
I liked it, but
you did?
it was cool. I didn't have a problem with it. They ate, but I just don't want to see no more dancing. Like Keisha, she traumatized me so much with dancing that
I
I
think that's
don't
what it
want to
is
see it.
too. I think that's what it is. Why I don't want to see dancing, like,
Yeah,
because
yeah, because
that
she traumatized
storyline
us.
is really not. I just don't care for it, and like, um, her just doing too much with the dancing stuff. Like, man, like her thought, like going off on Cam so much because of dance and all that stuff. Like, I think that just is the reason why I don't want to see any dancing. And plus, I miss seeing Cam singing so much too. Is why I didn't want to see like him dancing. So that's why I think. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
think this season Keisha just got away with so much shit. She
she
got away
did.
with yelling at people. She got away with just over here pushing and driving and annoying and dancing and just doing too much. And at the end, for what, a teacher who's going to retire or something like that? Like,
Yeah, I thought she.
wow,
I thought she was gonna give Keisha her spot back or something. You know, that's what I
no,
thought she was gonna do. But she,
just nothing. Like, it was just a waste of time. Like, I didn't feel fulfilled. They even did as rushed, like Nate getting her boo. They
yeah,
just finally kissed. You know,
they
she finally
did.
kissed her boo at the end, and then her, and then Camisha. I just need Camisha to break up. Like, I need y'all to do something else with
I'm
them for me,
surprised with how
cause
calm Cam was this season. Like, I'm
And to
surprised.
he only got triggered when it came to like the KK hitting on him. Understandably though, he needed to
Yeah,
beat that ass.
yo, and he
So
did too. Like, yo, like
mm-hmm.
he said that he got them back. I love that, and I wish we could have seen it though. I really wish we could have seen it.
Like I didn't know he got them back. When did you say that? Like
Yeah, he said he told JR that like he said he took off his letters though before he did it and all that stuff. So it's like all that stuff, but yeah, like because he was like, yeah, I'm from Crenshaw, like and all that stuff.
I
So
thought that
like
meant that he was gonna get them back and stuff. I didn't know he actually got them. Like
yeah, he did. So
how I had known this finale was
yeah,
going fast as fuck with nothing
yeah,
to happen. Like
yeah,
they milked Chava for the last 2 minutes, bro. I kid you. I'm sitting here
yeah.
like I'm like, oh my god, the couples are sitting down. Simone is looking. Who's she going to choose?
Yeah,
Both land
I thought
on.
Damon and Lando were gonna be right there when she off the
I,
elevator.
I
I
thought
really,
I actually thought that they would sit next to each other working out, and
yeah,
they got a test, but they weren't. And I'm just like,
yeah, it was about to go down.
who got
Yeah,
this text message that said you're not the one?
yeah,
Oh my god, I just
yeah. I don't know how to really feel about the finale, honestly, at all. Like,
uh, I I don't know. Like I just feel like
if the show doesn't get renewed, like what's gonna like dang, like that's gonna be so weird. Like,
yeah,
how they gonna say like who she picked or like I feel like they're gonna have to have an all American episode where like they
you think
go
they're gonna do
there or
that?
something. I think they would if they to where they go to Brixton or something like that, and then we find out like a bunch of stuff. And it's gonna be like in the beginning of 5A when all that stuff was happening and they had the
Okay.
crossovers. I think that would be like something that they would do. But
I just hate that. Like, and I know that was shows, but if you're not, but if you don't know you're getting renewed yet, I think they shouldn't have went all out on the guns because
yeah,
like this is one of those things where it was kind of like legacies or like the other scene that we saw from last year when they
yeah,
did all these Jurassic things at the end. They were just like,
yeah,
so I don't know. I just feel like right now I'm still annoyed at how it ended and also just like overall unsatisfied with this season. Like 2B, they just did too much. That was just so confusing. Like Thea, especially, that girl was not there
bro.
for. She was not there for about 50% of these episodes, and somehow she's going pro now, and we
Yeah.
haven't seen her play tennis at all.
Yeah, so that's a like a thing that annoys me the most. But I know a lot of people don't really care for Thea, so
Yeah,
but
and
yeah,
for me overall, I had a problem with her sassiness outbursts to Simone. Now I never hated her for her dating Damon, like I'm not gonna say like I hate her because she's in a way. Like I hated how they got together due to try like I said you called it trauma bonding at the time.
Yeah.
I also hate that they didn't develop her enough to for people to really care because regardless of anything, Thea is probably the most undeveloped, underdeveloped character this show alone because you don't know her motives. You find out that what she did in season one was kind of a lie of her personality. You
Yeah.
only get to know her in some degree because Damon wants to get to know her, and then when they break up, she's back to this lonely girl in the corner who don't know what she's doing besides tennis. And then she doesn't develop outside of just wanting to do tennis. She just becomes pro now. And she's over this team, over college experience. Where's her mom at? I know you know her mom probably would be like, "Are you sure?" Like nothing. She just makes this big decision on her own. Nobody like she's ready to play tennis again. Like there was no struggle of her doing it. They only showed her yelling in the first episode or two when 2B came back, but then it was nothing else.
Yeah, nothing.
She don't get like there's no discovery or people finding out that she did those shots or Rome getting locked up or suspended for giving them out. Like you mean tell me Yard Yak was out here knowing about who kisses who and shit like that, but they don't know who's giving out cortisone shots. Like
Yeah.
how is y'all just using Yard Yak when it's necessary? Like what happened to that guy Jerry who was starting shit between Damon and Lando? What happened to the other
Oh yeah.
team? Like just too much. It's just too much. It's too much that it's like they forgot in 2A. And
Yeah.
I just don't like that. And for me alone, I'm a person that I barely remember anything different from a show. Like I'm not the type of person that would do like a whole analysis about shows. I watch it and then but when it gets to the point that I notice stuff that's missing or wrong, then that's when it's a problem. And 2B was just like a hey, don't remember that. Love triangles here.
Yeah, they just do stuff
Yeah,
together.
and now we're getting another love triangle, which is Amara Marcus and his wife. Like, I
Oh
don't
my
got time.
God. Yeah, that they might stay, bro.
I'm good.
If they get renewed, then they better come back to episode
And retcon.
and say like yeah, she's gone. Like and just
They better
like
retcon that shit, like for
yeah.
real. Like I think the sickest feeling in my stomach is that JR kind of just accepted this fate. Like he's not even
Yeah.
trying. Like he just accepted his fate, and I hate that for him.
Which doesn't make sense because KK is his life. Like he loves that.
Yeah, and not even just that, the fact that he's also probably accepting fate that he's probably not going to get better because he's bleeding and
Oh
stuff like
yeah,
that.
that yeah.
Like, I just hate that. And then they rushed Damon and his dad making up. It felt like they were
Oh
writing like an end.
yeah.
It's like they were trying to end every season 1 to 2 storyline in that episode and spark up season 3 ones at the finale. Because
Yeah.
how did Damon so Damon's indicated that he kept going to the diner too, right?
No, he said he wasn't ready or something like
Yeah, it
that.
wasn't
Yeah,
ready,
like
right?
he didn't. Yeah, like I don't think he went. He was saying that like his Jesse Raymond kept going to the diner
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff. But yeah,
Yeah, like I mm,
but yeah, I'm actually glad that they did like have that dinner, that like little
mm-hmm.
dinner or whatever, because you could tell Damon actually did need to actually talk to him and communicate to him some
Yeah,
things because they had those interviews and all that stuff.
yeah,
And I'm glad that they kind of like made up. And I'm kind of get coming around to Jesse Raymond being an okay character and like them trying to redeem him in ways because I think JR definitely is gonna need him. And I think Damon's gonna need him too. So I mean, if they just keep doing this the way they're doing it, that would be good. It's like slowly, but they can't like rush that.
yeah. They
So
can't, and they
yeah,
better not try to like kill somebody off for like shock value either. I'm gonna be very upset.
yeah, not it.
So, anything else you want to add to this?
Oh, what else happened? I'm trying to think if anything else happened that we missed, but
I don't know. Like, I just feel like I just don't know.
I'm
I
just
just
can't believe Keisha like actually started feeling bad for her because her like
right. Cam,
one of her old teachers came back and she sees like how she is and all that like
yeah, like Cam tell me something. This isn't you, but then you was out here fighting literally right
yeah
after.
yeah
If this is new and improved Cam, why are you sitting here letting it slide?
yeah
This is not you. So why did you let it slide for so long? Why can't Keisha not get revenge back?
yeah I don't know this is
Man,
I don't know man this finale was I don't know Not my favorite finale for any show.
It was a choice.
Yeah, it was an option.
It was a rewrite.
They, I don't know. I'm looking forward to season three though. I hope they do get a season three though, because I do want to see these characters back. And I want to see I don't know, I just want to see the whole group, and I want them to actually do things differently. Like I want them to just spice it up and just do like different stuff, man. Like um maybe new couples, like new ships or something like that, you know? Like I'm kind of getting over the Dia thing, like like because I'm just like there's no hope. um, but
More
maybe
new
maybe
ships.
maybe Thea and Lando, like yo, that could be fire. Maybe yo, who Cam and Simone, yo, Cam and Simone had some like good moments. I could
Yeah,
see that, yo.
I'm shocked that everybody's like saying that.
No,
I wasn't even looking at their scenes that way though. Like
because
I
he
just
gave
was
her that
watching,
gift. He gave her that gift, and
and she gave him one too.
yeah, and when when he pulled her away off the tennis courts because she had to go get ready or that stuff, I was like, you know what, I can actually see that. And I know those two, they're two like off screen, they're like good friends, like really good
Close.
friends.
Yeah, but
So
like
I can
that's
see
even more
that.
wild. That's even
That
more wild
is, that is.
because he literally gave advice to Damon about getting with Simone. Like that would be the most
Yeah,
messiest
I
shit
could
ever.
never see it because Keisha would not go for that. She'd be heated.
Mm.
Yeah, it would be
She'll be
bad.
mad as shit about dancing and friendships, please.
Yeah, that would be wild, but I
You
don't know.
know,
This is do something different though.
mhm. I know. At this point, like, give Thea a girlfriend. Thank you.
No, yeah, that too. Like,
Mhm. I need
that
her.
would be
I
that would
need her to
actually be
survive.
really good for her, I think.
Yeah,
I think that would be really, really good.
yeah. Because once again, like Keisha, I think Keisha is bisexual, I believe. So like it'll be good to have some more rep added to the show. Maybe have Thea realize that she never realized that men in the first place. Damon was just an
Yeah.
exception. Like I just think we should have her be explored more than just a tennis girl who has
Yeah, I
a
think that would
lost
yeah.
sense. So and plus I do like I like this last episode made me like I was really like feeling good, happy for Thea, even though I know everything around her about to go to shit because when
Bruh.
she found out like David about to date somebody, like she's like, I think she's over him at this point. They made it seem
I
like she's
think
over
she
him
is in a way,
because
and
like she was sitting next to him and she wasn't even looking at him.
it's just crazy that Simone like slept with Damon and like Thea's right there and like Thea still probably doesn't know anything. So
Like
it's crazy.
Damon literally told Lando like, listen, I love her, I want her.
Yeah.
Simone's
Yeah.
still like, hey Thea.
Yeah, that's actually
But once again,
wild.
but they're not even really friends though, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm curious if Simone's ever going to tell Thea like
I
hey, I'm
don't think
dating.
so. I think it's past the point of her telling. Like it's been so long. I don't think if she hasn't told by now, I don't think she's going to. I think
Mm-hmm.
whenever it comes out, it will comes out. So,
Okay. So
but yeah,
who do you think someone's gonna choose?
I think it's gonna be Lando. But I think if there's a season three, it's gonna be Lando. But I think if there's not a season three, I think they'll come out and say it was Damon or something like that. But if it's a season three, it's Lando because I think they're gonna want to prolong the Damon and Simone relationship, and
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna the angst and all that stuff. So I think that's what they're gonna do if there's a season three. And yeah, I think that's what's gonna
Well,
happen. But
season three, like I'm not thinking of like all Americans like type of thing. Season three was when they started. I think like, when they started dating, like Olivia started dating.
yeah,
So I feel like they might just start having Damone date like mid season three, or something like that. But once again, I don't
I think it
know.
could be a crossover in season three, and that's when like Simone and Damon are gonna go to like Beverly Hills or something like that, or something crazy, or like Patience is gonna have a show, or when Patience gets kidnapped, they're gonna like call everybody there, and everybody's gonna be on like the same mission to go find Patience and all that stuff. That's what's gonna happen.
No.
That'd be fire.
Uh,
Imagine the crossover event, and everybody's trying to find Patience, even though we don't care about Patience because she's messed up. Like all the ships like start having these moments. If that's when Bolivia gets back together, Damon and Simone, even though I don't care about them really, but like
No, hold
that's
on,
when everybody that'd
hold
be
on,
fire.
hold on. See, you're messing up because we're talking about season three, and you're talking about some when. This is when Spencer and Lily get together.
Yeah, I know.
So you're saying they're going to get together in season 6?
Yeah, I mean, I could see them not getting together till season 6, honestly,
No,
because
no,
I don't
no.
want it to, but I could see how the writers would maybe make them go wait until season 6
Oh my
because
god.
season 5B has been heavy, and I feel like, so I could understand. How many episodes are left in this season? Five, four?
I think 5 more. Yeah, 5.
So, but
5
I mean,
more.
that'd be a lot. That'd be a long time for them not to get back together. But if they don't, that'll be hey, that's a good crossover to have at the beginning of the
Yo,
season
you
seasons. That'd be
this is how
fire.
we get this is how we get our line to start shipping them on. Run it.
Yo, that'd be crazy though. That'd be crazy, but
What if you become the biggest shipper in season 3?
that'd be amazing. It'd be like Jandon, yo, elite
I'm
tier.
about to turn off my camera. I'm about to turn off my
Nah,
camera.
that'd be fire though.
You're okay. Are you there? You're lying. You wasn't a Jandon shipper. Stop
Yeah, no, I
lying.
wasn't, but I didn't hate them together though. I didn't hate them.
You never, but you weren't. You just saw it there. You just like, oh, they're there. Like
Yeah, they're there, and Handon wasn't there, so I was like, you know what? These two can,
Handed was never really here. They weren't there for 2 seasons.
well, oh, you remind me. That's tragic. They let such a great ship be wasted for 2 or 3 seasons. I've never seen that in the show. I've never seen that.
Yeah, we yeah. That's why it's in the past, child.
Dang.
Yeah, trauma. But anyways, that was our All American Homecoming discussion. Let us know your opinions in the comment section down below. Did you enjoy the All American Homecoming finale? What did you want things to be changed? What did you enjoy? What do you hope to see in season 3? Let us know what you thought about All American. Was you crying? Like, what's going on? Let us know. Until next
Yeah.
time, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.